application, first web application.
Okay, we had started that, right?
Yes,
My screen is visible to you?
yes, sir.
Fine. So see, this was the thing where I had started. I had started creating Django project. How you can create a Django project? So complete project can be created. Okay. So to create Django app, we need to what give the following command, and we had given the following command. What is that? Python manage.py start app first app, right?
Yes,
And with this, we had created an app. Let me show you. Yes, we had created this app first step project, right?
yeah,
Now what I'm going to do, I will copy this first step project, okay, and create the class 4 here. In this I'm going to say class 4, fine, and I will paste it here. Okay, I will paste it here. So here you can see that inside first project we have first app and first project folder. This first project folder contains all the configuration file of this project. Okay, and right now we have created inside this project one application as well. What is that? First app application. But we haven't seen all those, like what are the rules of all those files, right? So
yeah.
we will come to our notes and try to see the working of each of those files. First app, there is a migration init.py, admin.py, apps.py, model.py, test.py, views.py. So what are the different use of all those applications we will try to see. Okay, so let's start now. Like we can observe the application. So um see, from our picture, okay, from our picture we can observe, okay, observe that observe that our application, our first app or application, I will write our application. Okay, application, what is that? First app. Oh, I went there. First app. Okay, first app contains, okay, how many files it contains? See, six file it contains, I guess, and and four files, like in one special. If I will come here, if I will come here, and if I say, see, inside this migration there is called one init.py. Okay, init.py. And if I will come inside what inside, like and project contains four file. Look, our application contains six file and our project contains what? Our project contains one, two, three, four, five files, and one special file called manage.py, right? So app contains six files. Okay, so six files, and and the project, and the project contains five files, and one what? One special file file, that is manage.py. Manage.py, this is the thing which you can see here, right?
Yes,
Fine. Now see here. So we will see one by one. First of all, what is the work of what? Init.py. So init dot, here I will have to write inside code. Yes, the first one is init.py, right? Init.py. What is the working of this init.py? So actually it is a blank Python script. Okay, so actually it is it is a blank Python script. Blank blank Python script. Fine. Now, because of this special name, Python treat this folder as a package. Okay. Blank Python script which which represents that this folder is is a package, right? Is a package, right? Hope you understood. I have already covered the package concept. Now after that, what is there admin.py. Okay, admin.py, right? So
Yes.
what is the meaning of admin.py? So we can register our models in this file. Okay, Django will use these models with Django's admin interface. Okay, so this file is used to register our models. Okay, what is models? So database, you can say database. Okay, database models are used to design the database and used to register our models. And after that, okay, after that, Django, okay, Django uses these models with what? Django admin interface. With the Django admin interface. So whatever you want to make, okay, interface, whatever you want to make for the admin interface. For example, if you will create a website, then that website is going to contain what? That website is going to contain a particular admin panel as well. Okay, by default given by the Django. So in Django they have given that whatever data you want to display on Django admin interface, those data you can write here, those data you can model here, right? So that's why admin.py is used for. Now the third thing, what is that? App.py. Third thing, which is app.py. Here you can see third thing, it is app.py, correct? Now what is the work of this app.py? So this file we need to, we use to specify application specific configurations. Okay, this file is used, okay, this file is used to specify, okay, specify applications app, application specification or a specific configurations. So whatever configurations it belongs to a particular app, all those configurations will be residing in this configurations.py, sorry, app.py file. Okay, now the fourth file is models.py file. Okay, models.py file. So this file we use to store application data models. Okay, so this file is used to store, okay, used to store applications, okay, applications data models. Whatever the model you are going to use in your app, all those model first you need to register here. Okay, all those model you just need to store here. After that you can use those models in your applications. Okay, now we will be seeing tests.py. What this file is used? The name only is telling its meaning. So this file we we have this file in Django project or Django application to specify. Okay, here we specify test function to test our code. Okay, so this file is used, okay, used to specify file test functions. Okay, test functions. Okay, functions to test our code. Okay, to test our code, that whether our code is performing well or not. Now the sixth one is views.py. Sixth one is what? Views.py. So in this file we have to save functions that handles request and return required responses. Okay, so here you can say that this views.py is the main uh, main file like in which you will be working at major of the time. Okay, this views.py saves any functions. Okay, this view.py only maps that where you need to go when particular request is going to come. Okay, so this file is used, okay, used to save functions. Okay, save functions that handles requests, request and return. Okay, return what? Required responses. Returns required responses. Correct? Is it clear? Now, along with this, you can see that in app folder, in application folder, there is one migrations folder as well, right? So what is the work of migrations folder? So the seventh one is migrations folder. Okay, so what is the work of this migration folder? So this directory majorly stores database specific information. So this migrations directory stores what? Database specific you can say informations related to information related to models. Whatever model you are going to make, all those models are going to be stored in this migrations folder only. So let me show you what is there in migration. So there will be init.py. After that one more, like there will be two init.py. So the first init.py belongs to this application folder. The second init.py, it is inside migration, so it is representing this migrations as a package, right? It is representing this migration as a package. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. So totally three init.py in this full project, right? Hello?
Yes. Hello.
Hello,
Yes.
sir.
Yes. Am I audible there?
Yes, sir. Now
Yeah.
its voice is coming.
Okay. Okay. So what was your question?
Totally three init .py files are available in full project,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Correct. Correct. Wherever you need to represent that is a particular package, that you need to that Python, or you can say Django itself has declared those folders as a package. Okay. Now, see, what are the activities? So see, one of the most important thing you need to note here. So what you need to note, so most commonly used file in every project will be views.py and models.py. Okay, so I already told that most of the time you are going to work with view.py only. So the most important commonly used files, okay, files in every project are views.py and models.py. models.py. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, just a minute. Yes, models. The most commonly used file in every project are what views.py and models.py. Now, there is some special activities required whenever you are going to work with the Django like application and Django project. There are some application right now we have created what app and project, but both are independent sitting in a particular folder. How to tell my project that this application is under you? Okay, how to tell the project? So to you can say that communicate. So here how there must be some activity to tell the Django project that that particular application belongs to you.
We have to write in app.py.
Mhm. Now see, whenever we are going to work with application activities
So
activities,
can you increase some font size?
sure, is it okay?
Yeah, okay, thank you, sir.
See, activity required. Okay, so how to connect? Here I will write connecting our application, okay, application to the Django project, to the Django Django project. Just a minute, Purva. I'm getting it text. Fine. Sorry about the. See here. So whenever we are going to create an application and project, so we need to tell that how we can add that particular application to the Django project. Okay. So the first thing, step one, which we required. So we can say that to okay to connect a Django application, Django, Django app into Django Django project. Okay, project. We need to follow the for like we need to follow following steps below steps. Okay, so the first step is to adding our application in settings.py. Okay, so add the application, okay, application in settings.py so that Django, okay, Django um, can be aware, Django uh, can identify 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 the application, okay, application. So how you can do that? So let us go in our particular folder. So it is class 4, right? It is our project, and in project there is a settings.py file, right? There is settings.py file, correct?
Yes, sir.
Here you need to add there will be an installed app application. Sorry, there will be an installed app somewhere you written. See here. So here we need to find a particular line of code where all the installed application will be registered. So by default there are couple of applications inbuilt given by the Django. How? See, these are the applications which are by default given by the like Django. So what is that? First application is admin. Okay. Second is authentication. So this application belongs to authentication. So content type application. All those applications by default written by Django. Okay. And given to us. So we will be seeing each and every application functionality throughout the course. But here we have
The
created. Yes,
files we have to open in Atom or in VS Code.
anywhere you can open. Actually I have taught you how to work with Atom, right? So you
Yes.
can open it anywhere. Let me switch to Atom, because both are near about same only. Okay, so see, this is the place, right? Can you see
Yes, sir.
this? Here you can see more clear. Let me increase the font. Ah, how to increase here? Let me see.
It's okay, sir. It's visible.
Okay, yeah, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, fine. So see here. Here, this is our application, correct? Now, in this application, we need to go to what settings.py. Okay, not application, in project folder. Okay, here you can see that there are a different what application already installed. So along with this, these are already written, previously written by the Django developers, and they have attached here. Now, as we have created our custom application, so we need to also register that application here in the installed app. Okay, so how we can do that? Simply write the name of your application. So what is the name of our my application? First app. First app is the name of my application, right?
Yes.
So this is what we need to do. That's all, nothing else you need to do here, right? Now the second activity. So see here. So here app definitions is there. So in app definitions, that is in settings.py of project folder, project first project folder, right? First
Yes, sir.
project folder. So here we need to specify, right? How to highlight it here? Okay, leave it. You can understand it, right?
Yes, sir.
After that, step 2. So this was the only thing you need to connect. Okay, for connecting you just need to do the following things, just a one thing. Okay, let me bold it. Now what we need to do, second thing is that we need to create a view for our application. Okay, so we need to create now. What we can do now, we will start working with what application. So how to work with application. Okay, application in Django. Okay, so you can work with application by using the view file. Okay, now what is and how you are going to, just a minute. Yes. So how to work with the like application in Django? Actually, Ove and Snehal is not there, right? So Ove was texting regarding videos and all. So I need to upload video for him also. So see, we can work with the Django application by using Vue. It will be more clear once I will be showing you MVT architecture. Okay, but as of now, so the second thing which we need to do is that to work with application, we need to create a view for, so see, to work with Django application, Django app. we need to create we need to create view. Okay, view for our application. Okay, in views.py file of what first app. Okay, first app application. Okay, so where is the first app application? So see, where is the first okay, I need to come here. So see, views.py is there in project folder. So you can see that there is no views.py folder in project
First
folder,
time.
right? So it is in our first app folder, so in our application. So I need to go there, and here see, it's saying that right, create your views here. So we need to create our views here. So how to create a views? Okay, so that someone can, this views file handles what, from where the request is going to come, and what we need to act, how we need to act to that request. Hope you are understanding that. For example, I am saying google.com, that google.com will hit here only, and here we need to like handle that. If someone is going to hit google.com, what we need to send to that client in response to that request, in response to that request. So if um, so see, here we need to write a view for our program or our requirement. So how we can write the view? So to write the view, first you need to know exactly that what exactly this view does. So let me come here and tell you that what exactly view does. So see, view view is responsible, okay, responsible to prepare, okay, to prepare what required response, okay, to prepare what required response to the end user, to the end user, okay. Now what is that? That is, view contains business logic. In simple words you can say that that is, views contains the business logic of the application, right? Now there are, we can write views in two patterns, okay. So we can write the views of our application in two patterns, okay. What are those two patterns? Okay, what are those two patterns? So the first pattern is functional based views. Functional functional based views, okay. So by using functions we can write the views. The second one is class based views. Here we will be using what? Object oriented programming to create views. Just a minute, Apurva. Yes. So see, functional based views and class based views, right? So can you tell me what must be the difference between functional based and class based views? As of now, we will be using functional based views. Functional based views. So in coming classes we will be using class based views also, but as of now OP is not completed, right? Responsible Django, right? So see how we are going to write here. So see here, to write the response, first thing we need to write that, okay, I want to display, okay, what I want to display. So I will say I want to display. So for displaying I am going to create one display function. Now this display function will take the request from the client, okay. It will take the request from the client and it will address that request. So it will say that is, for example, response, or I will say, okay, it is going to contain some message, okay. So I will say message, and this message is going to contain, I will write here HTML code. So here I will say h1, okay. I will say hello Apurva. This is this is your Django app. This is your Django app. Okay. This is your Django app, right? Now after this I am going to close this h1, right? Now here I have written a variable and I have stored something in it. Now I want to, from where a particular client is going to request. So the client major time they are going to request from the browser, right? So how to show output on browser? So to show the structured output on browser, we use HTML, right? So that's why here I have enclosed, I have made a variable, and in that variable I have stored some HTML. Now I need to spit out this HTML on the browser. So I need to send this request to the browser as a response. So how we can send that? To send that, I will return something HTTP response. I will return HTTP response. Okay, response. And this response is going to take a message. Okay, message as the variable. Which message? This message only, right? Now to use this HTTP response, we need to import this module. Okay, so we to import this module, we will have to call, just a minute, we will have to call. So from Django.http, okay, HTTP, we need to import what? HTTP response module. Now this response module is responsible to send a response to the client, Is it clear?
Okay, sir.
Yes. Now here, if I'm going to save it, okay, I saved it. Let me come here. In here also I will save it. Let me enable auto save. So where is the auto save option here? Auto save option should be there. Okay, here it is not there. So we need to save again and again. Fine, no issue. So here we have done that. Now here something to note that. Okay, here I will say that I will copy this, come here, that is, okay, here I will write it here. Fine. Now something to note here is, look, each view will be specified as one function in views. Okay, each view in a application, okay, in a application will be specified, okay, specified as one function, okay, one function in views.py file, views.py, okay, views.py file, right? Second thing, in above example, so in above example, what we have done, in above example, display is the name of function which is nothing but one view. Okay, in above example, display is the name of function, with the name of the function, right? Function which is nothing, okay, nothing but one view, okay, one view for our first app, right? Now each view should take what? It should take at least, each view should take at least one argument, okay, at least one argument. What is that at least one argument? That is a request. Otherwise it will give error, right? Now after that, each view, okay, each view should return what? Return HTTP response, okay, object. It is an object with our required response, with our required response, right? Here the response is message. Here in above example, uh, that is in above example, msg is the required response. Required response. Okay. Now, one thing. What is the meaning of this view? Let me write here. Paint. I will open the paint. See, whenever we are going to make view, suppose that it is view. So what is the meaning of this view is, this view is going to take, it is going to like some response you are going to take. It is going to take a request. Okay. In this view, it will take a request. So yes. So it will take a request. So it will take a request and it will give what? It will give out a response. It will give out a what? Response. So if it will be request, we we give a request. Okay, we give request and we get a what? We get a response as an output. A response as an output. Okay, so this is the work of view. So view can accept a request as an input and perform required operation and provide proper response to the end user. To the end user. So it is, suppose that it is end user. Suppose that it is end user. Suppose that it is end user. End user. Okay, so it will collect the request of end user and it will provide the same response to the end user. Okay, so this is what like a particular view is responsible for. Okay, so let me crop this and I will save this in your Django class. So view working. Fine, I will copy this or I will come here. Working of view. Okay, here image, I need to upload it. So coming here, training Django for view, right? So this is what here the working will be, what it is. So as as in above picture. Okay, as in above picture, what view is doing? View can accept, okay, view can accept what? A request. View can accept a request as input, and perform, okay, perform the required operation on that request. Okay, on that request object and provide, okay, provide what? Proper response, to the end user, right? Now after this, what you have created or configured a proper response, but how to feed? Okay, how to feed? Now the most important thing, we need to define URL pattern for our views. Okay, the next activity which is required, defining proper, okay, proper URL pattern, okay, for our views, okay, through which we can send it, okay, through which we can send it to the client or end user. Okay, so how we can do that? So to define proper URL pattern, we can define URL pattern to the end user by using the file called urls.py. By using the file called urls.py. Yeah, is it clear, Apurva?
Yes, sir.
Fine. See here how we can define the URL patterns. Okay, so to define the URL patterns, we will be using some urls.py file, some urls.py file. Okay, so how we can do that, where our urls.py file is staying. First we need to check this that. So see here, if I will go to our, oh again here, let me close this only. Yeah, so at here if I will see urls.py file is project, in project folder, right? In project
Yes.
folder. So see, to define this I need to write something. So what is this URL pattern? So for functional, like, to define, we can define the URL. Okay, URL pattern. Okay, pattern for our view in URLs. Okay, urls.py file. Okay, py file. Now it can be done in two like places actually, in project also and application also. As of now we can see that urls.file is in what, in file, in our project directory, project right, first project directory, first project project folder. After that I will show you how you can create your application based URLs. Okay, so I said that first a project folder. Now how you can do that? So first to in like first of all we will understand what this URL patterns is. So this URL pattern, okay, this URL pattern will be used, will be used by end user to send a request, to send request for our views, for our views, right? Now the next thing, URL pattern list routes URLs to views. Okay, so the URL pattern list, okay, list routes URLs to views. It is also like it maps particular request to your particular response in simple words. Okay, how you can do that? First of all we will have to go to that specific urls.py file which is here, right? Which is here. See, by default it has added one URL called admin, right? Now here I need to add one URL. How we can add an URL? So here in this list, see, this is a list. If you are, you can see URL patterns and this is a list, right? Now in this list I will say I am going to add one more list. What is, I am going to like add one more URL. What is that? Greetings. Okay, what is that? Greetings. And here greetings I will say views dot. Okay, this greeting, whenever someone is going to hit this greeting, I want to show him a view called views dot display, views dot display. Now, as of now, this URL pattern doesn't identify where is this views.display. So for that, first of all, we need to import from first app import views, import views. We need to import the all the views which is in the first app application. Then only it will identify that what is views.display is, right? Yes, after this, I am going to say that, okay, now it is clear. I will save this. I will save. See here, if you will not save here, then it here the dot will be like coming. Okay, for example, see, if I will say JC, here one dot is visible, right? So which tells you that you haven't saved your program. Now I have saved. Now here what we need to do. So for that, I will first copy this. Okay, I will copy this all. I will come here and I will paste it. That is here. I will paste it. Okay, URL configuration, how you can do it. Okay, so this is the example completely. First, you need to functional views, class based views, and including another URL conf. All those things here it has been included. right? So as of now we are just in like using functional based views, right? So here whenever end user now whenever end user sends the request, okay, request with a url pattern, pattern greeting, okay, greeting, okay, then display, okay, display function will be executed, will be called and executed, and provide the required response, and provide the required response, the required response, right? Now what, like we have completed all the things, now what rest we need to do, okay, what rest we need to do. So see, the next thing we need to do, we just done everything, now we need to run our server, okay, we need to run our server. So we will be saying starting the django server, okay, django server, okay. So and send the request, and okay, first how to start the django server, okay. So to start the django server, you know, right? Hmm. To start, okay, start the django server, okay, we need to execute the below code, okay. So what is that? So we need to say py manage, okay, manage.py run server, okay, or python, okay, python manage.py run server. Fine. Is it clear? So let us come
Yes, sir.
here, let us come here. Okay, here I forgot to search that how to open terminal here. So here also there is a, yes. Okay, fine. So here we just got, just let me see. Yeah, class. So I will say cd class 4. I want to enter. After that, see, in this class fold, I need to go into first project. So I will go into first project. I will say clear. Okay. It is also not opening. Okay, fine. So here you can see that I have the access of this project folder first tab, manage.py, manage.py, which is most important. So how to run server? So I will execute py manage.py run server, right? Run server, hit enter. It should by default it should open it into what, on this particular in on this particular, okay, I closed again. So see, by default it will run our project or application on this particular ip, okay, and 8000 port. So how to go at this particular place? So already in previous class you have seen this, right? Right now it's saying that you haven't configured this, okay, you haven't configured anything, and it's saying that there are only two urls you have as of now. What is that? First, which is admin, which was the default, okay, which was the default by the what, django. We haven't done that, but django for our our convenience has given this, right? So let me come here and access our what, greetings, okay, greetings. So to send the request we need to hit this url pattern. this URL pattern we have set this URL pattern to a particular views. As soon as I'm going to hit this URL pattern, it will execute that function. What was the function? Greeting was the function, right?
Yes, sir.
So here we send the request, and with this request I am getting a response. Hello Apurva, this is your Django app, correct? So let me write
Yes.
here in the app, sorry, in our how to send, okay, how to send request, okay, a request. Simply to send request, you have already defined the pattern, right? So in browser, in browser we need to give the request as, okay. So here, that's all, and we will be getting a response. So the response we will get is, okay, get is. Here I am going to snip this, I'm going to snip this page. So I will say snip, fine, save this. So first app response, right? After that, coming here, I will say image. Here I will choose that this image. Correct? Is it clear, Apurva? Whatever I have explained you.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Any confusion till now? How to run? I have just explained the complete thing. How we can run a particular application, how to add and all. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Any questions here?
No.
Fine. So that's it for today. I will just stop the recording.